Well, it's that time of year again. It's getting warm. Gonna want to stay cool, so I gotta go down the basement, get the air conditioner, bring it up, put it in the window. It's a 12,000 BTU air conditioner, weighs 86.8 pounds. It's the 0.8 will kill you. Anyway, let's go get it. Almost lost it. Make sure I don't crush my fingers. There we go. So here we are. Got it in the window, and all we got to do now is turn it on. Never quite know year from year if this thing is going to start when you put it in first. Okay, we're all set to go. But guess what? Enough is enough. I'm not getting any younger. This is not getting any lighter. And so I decided to do something. Called my friend Eric of DL Services. He's an HVAC contractor. And asked Eric what I should do, and he suggested I go with a mini split. Now, deciding which one to go with, that's easy enough to figure out. This is about a 10 SEER. That's what they do to measure, what they use to measure cooling efficiency. SEER, S-E-E-R. And this is about a 10, so I went online and did some research. There are lots of calculators that you can find online. And moving from a 10 to a 17 SEER will give you an increase of about 40%. Moving up to a 25 SEER will give you about a 60% increase. But the 26 can be a lot more expensive than the 17. Now, I decided to go with the 17. All I'm going to do is cool, and 40% increase in efficiency, I'll take that. So next I had to decide which one I'd go with, and after doing some research, I decided to go with a Haier unit. Haier is, they're the largest manufacturer of white goods in the world. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for quite some time. And they have a very reasonably priced unit that's going to serve my needs. So this is Rick from DL Services, and Rick and Bob, who's outside getting some tools, are going to take care of the installation today. So Bob and Rick are uncrating the head now, and this is the part that will mount on the wall. Alright, so Rick is getting ready to mount the head up here, and he's mounting the bracket that will hold the head. We've centered it, found the center location so that the unit will look good when it's installed.
Now that we have our bracket centered in the position we want, now what we do is we mark 5 3/4 off this hole, depending on the size of the unit you have, and then up 1.5 inches. And that finds your center. And then we're going to use a 2 3/4 hole saw to drill a hole here. Alright, at this point now we have a bracket on the wall, we have our hole drilled, and I have it at a slight angle to the outside. Now I will take this this pipe here, because we are going on the right side. We're going to bend this pipe up. Being careful not to kink it.
So we ran a 14-foot stranded wire. It's the wire that goes between the indoor and the outdoor unit. So not only does it power the indoor unit from the outdoor unit, but it also communicates with it to tell it what to do. So out of the whole installation, one of the most important things is to get these flare nuts tightened properly. The manufacturer specs will tell you, will give you the spec as to what you need to tighten. So in this case, this nut is 42 Newton meters. The smaller flare is 18. So we have this special torque wrench to the flare nuts to tighten it down to the proper torque. That's it. So right now we're just pressure testing the line with nitrogen, filling it to 225 psi to look for leaks at the connections at the 2 units. So what we're doing now is we're evacuating the system. We want to pull a vacuum down to 500 microns or less. It takes a few minutes, but this is the micron gauge that tells us when we get there.
So here we are. At the end of the day, the unit's been installed. This is what we had before. What did I say? 86.8 pounds, Eric.
Okay.
I used to carry this up from the basement twice a year. Well, no, once a year, and bring it down the other time.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you to walk us through and show us what we've done. Meantime, let's shut this off, because we're not going to be using this anymore.
Plus, I'm having a hard time hearing you with the noise of this. So here we are. We're all done with the installation. This is the indoor unit. It's running right now. It's set at 70 degrees, has a digital display that tells you what you set it at. We control it with this remote. The fan, the temperature, does both heat and cooling. If you do lose this, you can just, from the dashboard of the unit, you can still control it. So the piping that comes out of the back of the unit to connect to the outdoor unit comes out. We drilled a hole, ran the piping out. We've encased it in this enclosure to make it look better and to protect it. It's a PVC covering. So here we are again, the piping coming from the indoor unit. You can see it stays inside this duct all the way to the outdoor unit, which is actually running right now. You can't even hardly hear it. Electrical connection over there from the panel. Basically that's it. It's done, it's running, it's cooling.